Can they get the maiden title? Early predictions, where do you see this team finishing up at the end of the season? Very difficult to pick four, but who are the two players you miss out? Thoughts on them? Can they fancy themselves for a positive start to the season? Because that's not good news for UP Warriors as well. In the seam bowling department, do you think she will get a chance in the playing 11 for the UP Warriors? Team we're going to discuss, it's about the UP Warriors, a very, very talented side led by Alisa Healy. And I once again have Parag with me. Parag, welcome to the show. Is the UP Warriors we're discussing. I find this team very underrated, to be honest, first of all, because they're filled with so many big names. But that's what happens. So many big names, if they cannot come and gel together and play as a unit, and that's where you falter. Thoughts, first of all, on if you look into the squad of UP Warriors and the inclusions they have made, your thoughts, first of all, on them.
If you look at their squad, they have very great all-round options. They have very great bowling options. Players like Sophie Eccleston, Rajeshwari Gaikwad, Saima Thakur in the all-round also. Tahila Magra, Chamari Atapadu, Dipti Sharma. These are like one-sided players. On their day, they can one-handedly win the match for their team.
Games, yeah.
Exactly. They have very great lineup, all-rounder, very great lineup, bowling lineup. They have very great bowling lineup like spin department, pace department. So yeah, great kudos to their team management.
Okay, but if you talk about their inclusions they have made 3 inclusions in this season in the IPL, WPL, I'm sorry. They've gone for Anushi Goel. They've also taken Kranti Gaud, and they've gone with the leg spinner from Australia, Alana King. I'll come to the last name, that's the latter, which is Alana King. I really love the way she's the Adam Zampa of the female version for Australia, I must tell you. And that's where I say such a wonderful leg spinner, like we discussed about Priya Mishra previously on the other day. But similarly, Alana King now, wonderful leg spinner. Do you think she will get game time? That is more important question. Do you think she will get a chance in the playing 11 for the UP Warriors?
Look, Alana King is very a big name. Like recently, she has been going from very great form, making her way in the international cricket, showing some great performance. But if you look at the squad, there are very great four foreign options already, like Alice Ailey from Australia, wonderful player. Chamaria Tapatu from Sri Lanka, Tahila Magrath, and also in the bowling department, Sophie Eccleston from the England. So if she gets the chance, then I only able to think that if some unfortunate injury happen in the team, like any of the foreign players get injured, unfortunately, then only she could able to make her way in the playing 11. So it's
that's harsh, but that's true. I must tell you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think because of the competitions these teams have in this side, and UP Warriors is nothing less. That's where I think that this is going to be very important. But starting their game, the opening game they're facing, and that's against the Gujarat Giants. We discussed about that before as well. Similarly, the Gujarat Giants are playing the mighty Royal Challengers Bangalore in the opening game, so they might just face a defeat in the first game and then come to this game, and they might be hungry to win. But UP Warriors are getting some break because they're the last team that are playing the first game. So your thoughts on them? Can they fancy themselves for a positive start to the season because they will see that they have an opponent like Gujarat Giants, not to disrespect them?
Yeah, look, GG squad also very good. But if we compare both squads by the players, then the UP Warriors have the upper hand side because I already mentioned the players like whom they got in their team. They have one-sided players who can deliver any of the performance in the batting or the bowling because they have very good all-round options as I just mentioned, who can deliver with the bat and ball also in any time of the game, in the start
Correct.
or in the middle or in the depth. So they can change the overall course of the match by single-handedly. So UP has upper hand in the first game against the GG. So it must be interesting to see how these big players will perform in their first match.
True that, but in the previous show you said about the Gujarat Giants opening pair, you said it's the dream pair. If you talk about opening discussions, you had Laura Wolvert there with Beth Mooney. You have a perfect competitor out here, Prague, I must tell you, for the UP Warriors. You have someone from Sri Lanka and someone from Australia. It's Elisa Healy and Chamari Atapattu that are probable openers for the UP Warriors. What do you describe about them now?
Yeah, in the earlier show we talk about the Laura Woodford and the Beth Mooney, and also in this team also if you look at Aliza and Chamari, these are biggest names in the women's cricket. They have been performing from the ages in the women's cricket. They have delivering their performances, and right now they are also in the very great form. Aliza Chamari Atapatu, who can give you that start
With
in the
bat and
starting.
ball as well, yeah.
Yeah, with the bat and ball, if you look at the Chamari, Aliza who can keep behind the wickets at any time, who can perform under the pressure. So I think that this is very good chance for the team to score the runs in the starting phase in the power play and put opponents under the pressure in the first 6 overs of the game only.
Absolutely, that could be a possibility because these players can make full utilization of the field restrictions, just like you mentioned. So if they can go bonkers in the power play, that's all done. You might always have the game slipping away from your hands if you're in the opponent's side. But what about the middle order? You have Talia McGrath, you have Deepti Sharma, you have Sophie Eccleston. Goodness gracious me, what a middle order the UP Warriors have. Similarly, I'll drag that question back, which I said at the beginning of the show. It's the big names. Can they gel together as a unit and perform? If they do, this is a destructive middle order because I can see 12 overs from them as well.
Yeah, as you just took the name of some big players, but I do think that they have to perform under the pressure because there might be the problem they will face. Like if you put all the big names in one team, like as you just mentioned in the earlier, like there will be the chance like they can broke out, like they couldn't able to deliver the performance because they have tremendous pressure of the by the fans, by the spectators too. Like they have going with the big pressure. They have to perform. They have to perform. They have to perform. By so because of that sometimes players might unable to perform in the crucial times. So I do think that they have very good names, they have very great team overall in the starting in the top order, in the middle order, like as you just took the names, Sophie Kilston, Dipti Sharma, Taila Magrat, no doubt
Mm.
they are they are very good names. But I'm looking forward to see how will they perform, because if they perform as a unit, then there are no chance for the opponent
Correct.
to take the game out of their hands.
Absolutely. If they perform as a unit, and that's like what you were constantly mentioned, it is very difficult for the opponents to take it away from their hands. But if you once again, like we discussed about the Gujarat Giants and their department in the bowling attack, similarly, if we come to the UP Warriors and their bowling attack, Saima Thakur is the only international experience in this side. That's not good news for UP Warriors as well. In the seam bowling department, it's just Saima Thakur. That the others are probably WPL. They've played for the IPL teams, WPL teams before as well, but not enough international experience in the seam bowling department. That could be the concern for the Warriors.
Yeah, that is going to be concerning for the UP Warriors because there is only one proper Indian pace option, and
And
also
she
there
made
are.
her debut very recently.
Yeah, she made her debut very recently. And if you look at the tournament like WPL, there are many people who are watching you, expecting you to perform under the pressure. So I do think that the UP Warriors will be lacking in the bowling department, especially in the space department, because there are
Correct.
no specialist pacer, foreigner also, not or Indian, because there are
Correct.
only Tamaria Tapatu as pace bowling all rounder or Tahila Magrath.
Correct.
So there will be the problem for the UP Warriors in the pace department overall.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is going to be a very, very big concern for Elisa Hiliana's side to pick the best seam attack for every single game in the WPL 2025. But now comes the headache for you as well as for Elisa Hiliana's side. Six overseas players have been picked by the UP Warriors. Alisa Healy, Sophie Eccleston, Talia McGrath, Grace Harris, Chamari Atapatu, Alana King. Very difficult to pick four, but who are the two players you miss out?
Yeah, as I just mentioned, as we discussed earlier, also Alana King might be the one, and also other one is the Grace Norris
Grace
because
Harris.
other,
Yeah, even
yeah,
even I expected Grace Harris and Alana King to be the two players missing out because of the value the other four players bring into the table, be it with the bat, be it with the bowl, and also I'm also mentioning the leadership skills, and that's where I think that the likes of Talia Megra, Elisa Ili, Chamari Atapadu have been international skippers as well. Might just get an edge, and that's where even you agree because these are the two names, Alana King and Grace Harris, are the two possibilities, both Aussies. They might just miss out from the getting a spot into the playing 11, especially at least for the start of the season. But if you talk about the players to watch out for, are the five players I've gone for. Alisa Healy has to be there, captain herself, a match winner at the top of the order. Deepti Sharma, and she has been brilliant for India in the recent past, is in form, especially with the ball rather than being in the bat. Sophie Eccleston at number three, I've gone with her as there. Saima Thakur has to take a lot of responsibility with the new ball after getting an international cap for India. And I've got with number five as Chamaria Tapatu are my five players to watch out for. What are yours?
yeah, I will go with the same. But there is only one concern, like there as we discussed, there is only one pace option, which is Saima
Correct.
Thakur. So what if she gets injured? Unfortunate injury
Oh
happens
God,
with them.
that's going to be a massive, massive blow. Yeah.
So there might be concern in the future for the team. So there are not very reliable options after the Saima Thakur to look out for the pace
Correct.
department. So she has to be fit for overall tournament and she has to deliver. So a lot of expectations from her only.
Absolutely, there are a lot of expectations from them, and a lot of expectations from Saima Thakur herself as well to perform after getting an international cap. But these two players who played for the UP Warriors last season as well, Sweta Serawat and Kiran Navgire, how do you think they will sum it up once again? Because they have been retained by UP Warriors and they should have a spot in the 11, if not both, probably at least one. But heavily reliant on the batting department, they have to get some runs under their belt.
Yeah, in the last seasons also they got some match experience. They played for 6 to 7 matches overall, so they knew that how is going to be the situation in the WPL,
Correct.
how they need to perform and how they need to perform under the pressure also. So I'm looking forward to it, like because they have very young talent, very good
Mhm.
batting options, all round options like Shweta Sherawat and also the other player Kiran
Correct.
Navgire. So it is interesting to see how will they perform because there are also the other foreign options or other Indian options. They have a lot of big names as we discussed. So it is
Correct.
very interesting to see how will they perform under these experienced players.
Absolutely. Under pressure in such a big stage, how will they perform is what we will see. But moving on to the predicted playing 11, and here is my 11 that I've gone for the UP Warriors. Shamari Atapattu and Elisa Healy are the openers. Uma Chetri at number 3, Kiran Navgir at 4, Talia Magra at 5, Deepti Sharma at 6, Sweta Seravar at 7, Sophie Eccleston, Saima Thakur, Anjali Sarvani, and I've gone with Rajeshwari Gaikwad are the others. As you said, weak bowling unit. I have to go with heavily going on with the spinners. Your thoughts? Your any changes? Anything different in your 11?
If I had to make one change, then I will go with the Dinesh Rinda instead of the other player because
Okay,
I will put him in the batting department and I will go with the three bowling options like Sophie Kilston, Rajeshwari Gaikwad, Saimar Thakur, and other four all
all
round
rounders.
like Chamari, Tahila, Dipti, and Shweta. So only one change I have to make. So I will
Okay, so
make
you're
that.
going with Dinesh Vrinda in your department of the batting order because you want to strengthen your batting and you want heavily reliance on your all-rounders department. They have to bowl a lot of openers and a lot of overs rather. That's the reason why you have brought them in the side. So that is your only change. Fair enough. You've gone with your 11. This looks a good side on paper, but like we said, constantly we said, can the big names play as a unit and perform it for the UP Warriors? Can they get the maiden title? Early predictions. Where do you see this team finishing up at the end of the season?
I'm looking this team to perform very exceptionally this year. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm hoping that they will make their way to the final this year. So
Okay,
let's see.
there comes your first bold pick of the season. So you're expecting the UP Warriors to make it to the finals this time around. Good side on paper, experienced players in the ranks, mostly dominated by the Aussies. Can they turn the tide around? Can they make it to the finals? Is what the thought says. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this one. It's the UP Warriors we have covered up. We'll come up with the other teams as well. Don't forget to subscribe to Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Thank you so much, and bye bye.